Alright, y'all, another exciting week of Survivor Philippines. This is the third time I have tried to record this, so forgive me, y'all, if I'm seeming a little rushed or scattered. I'm having issues again, so anyway, my third try. Let's give it a go. Sorry I didn't record last week. Contrary to popular belief, I have a little bitty semblance of a life going on, so I couldn't record. My life kind of got in the way, but make sure you go ahead and get your children out. Gonna be F-bombs and other choice words being flown out there, so I don't plan it, it just comes out. So anyway, I want to give a few shout-outs. Shout out to Connie Walters. She's my old EMT partner. Well, shouldn't say old, because old implies that she's old, you know, like old lady old, which would imply that I'm old lady old, and I don't want to think of myself that way. So anyway, previous EMT partner from years ago before I became a nurse. So anyway, shout out to you, Connie. Also shout out to Tammy Lee Johnson, who is an old friend of mine. Shouldn't say old, but you get it. Anyway, a long time ago we went to church camp together. Yes, I did say church camp together. And then we reconnected later on as young adults and have kind of kept in touch a little bit through the years. She is selling V3. If you guys don't know that, it's a vitamin supplement to help you lose weight. She's selling that to us fatties. So she just sent me a sample, and if it works out good, I'm probably going to be buying that shit by the truckload to drop some of this weight. But anyway, I also want to give a shout out to Angie Bustle and her partner Brenda. They just got married this past weekend, so congrats to you girls, and anyway, I hope you guys enjoy my vlog this week. Let's quick recap of last week. Let's see, Abby and RC kind of been on the outs. They were in cahoots at the very beginning. They kind of been on the outs a little bit though. Anyway, Abby ended up, RC told Abby she found the clue. Abby ended up going and finding the idol, did not tell RC, but she's told Pete. Anyway, so that's where we were at last week, is that she found out and told Pete. Scoopin's tribe has kind of formed a majority against him, and that would be Pete, Abby, Artis, and Blair, Lisa Welchel. So Lisa may have a little bit of chance in this thing after all if she gets aligned properly, and if she gets off her ass and starts doing some shit. Jonathan, last week he found the idol, and Jeff, the baseball player, who was originally gunning for Jonathan, now has kind of aligned with him, so we'll see how that's going to play out. And Russell's tribe, we know how that ended. Russell's tribe ended up losing the immunity challenge. And they lost the immunity challenge because basically they fucked up. Angie and Russell both fucked up. Angie just fucked up all the way around because she is a fuck up. And Russell, big burly, muscular guy, washboard stomach, can't climb a fucking ladder. Ain't that a bitch? Twice had a hard time. I think it was twice. Might have been more than that. Had a hard time getting up the ladder to get back on the platform in the water. Jesus. Anyway, so they ended up going to tribal council, and somebody had to get voted out, and of course it was cookie lover Angie, so now she's free to go home and bake some cookies. So that catches us up to where we are today, okay? Right now we're at day 9, and it is raining, and they are miserable, and they are cold, and their little fingers are all shriveled up, and God only knows what else is shriveling up, and anyway, Russell's tribe is down to 3 members. That's sad. Which I really don't understand, because they're not, they're muscular. I mean, they're fit. I don't get it. But anyway, so they're down to 3. Scoopin's tribe, you got Pete stirring up shit between Abby and RC. He, like I said, he knows that Abby has the idol, and he has gotten the clue and hid it in RC's stuff, so that when RC goes to move something, the clue falls out, and Abby's like, what the fuck? I thought that was between us. And now you're letting the clue fall out. She doesn't really quite understand why that all happened, but now she's got a vendetta against RC. Really, that tide is turning, which is going to really hurt RC in the long run, I believe. Anyway, so she thinks that, RC's being deceitful, and she's not. So RC and Abby argue, and, last week Abby said, if you fuck me over, you're dead to me. Well, apparently she's going to be dead to her now because she thinks that she just got fucked over. RC tries to talk to her. Abby won't have any part of it. If I was RC, I'd be like, bitch, I put that fucking clue where won't nobody find it. I shoved that clue so far up your ass, your damn husband won't find it. Anyway, but she ain't. She's being too kind. I think, I can't stand that Brazilian bitch. Anyway, alright, on to Jonathan's tribe. Jonathan's tribe, let's see, Carter, Jeff, and Jonathan, they all go fishing. They're at there for quite some time, and they ended up forming an alliance. And the people left that at camp, the girls, they had figured that out. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that shit out that they've aligned now. Russell's tribe, of course, down to Russell, Malcolm, and Denise. Malcolm and Denise form an alliance, which they kind of had an alliance, but they think that Russell has the idol, which we know he doesn't. But they think he has the idol, so they're going to try to blindside him if they lose the challenge, which we all know how that turns out. They do end up losing the challenge. So speaking of challenge, let's get right on to that, y'all. The challenge was to carry the rice in pots, big stick over their back, pots on either side, full of rice, and they had to go over these obstacles, and then they had to get to the end and use this wrecking ball. They had to put the rice on the little sticks or whatever, and then use the wrecking balls to get all of their rice pots busted. Anyway, so, you know, first one to smash all the pots won the biggest immunity, and then the last one left standing goes to tribal council. So, they all start out on Jonathan's tribe. You've got Carter starting out, which, like I said, nobody even knew who the fuck he was, and so now he's out there, and now we finally get to know who he is, and basically he's appearing like a fuck up, because before he even gets out the starting gate, he's busting up a pot of rice, and ended up trying to go through one of the obstacles and fell flat on his face, and I don't know how, really I don't, but Jonathan's tribe won that challenge, no thanks to Carter. But anyway, they did end up winning that challenge, and so then it came down to, let's see, who did it come down to? Russell's tribe and Scoopin's tribe. Russell's tribe and Scoopin's tribe. Anyway, Russell's tribe, Russell, Malcolm, and Denise, they were in the lead there for a long time, and they were doing really well. And I hate to say it, although Denise is a powerhouse, she is a female powerhouse, and props to her. But you know, she faltered a little bit, and she's muscular as hell. You know, you can see all her fucking muscles and shit and everything. I mean, she's a hot chick, not in the face. You know, it's kind of one of those butterface girls. Everything's hot but her face. Anyway. So she's got the body for it, but you know, it was difficult. It was a difficult challenge, and she had to carry that, and she faltered a little bit. May have cost her, I'm not really sure, but what it really came down to was busting up the pots at the end. And it came down to Malcolm and Artist, whatever his name is, using the wrecking ball to bust up the pots of rice. And when all was said and done, unfortunately, and I mean, and it was a nail biter, y'all. Y'all that watched it know that it was a nail biter because it came down, or maybe they did editing to make it come down to like the final seconds. But Malcolm, they had one pot left. Malcolm threw and Artist threw both at the same time. They both missed. Then Malcolm throws again. He misses, so 2 misses. Artist got the next one, and you know, so Malcolm lost it. Unfortunately. And so of course Russell loses his fucking shit, and he starts, you know, throwing shit and talking to God and all of this, and then, you know, Jeff Probst says, you know, why you're just you know, you're not a superhero. And then he goes on to say, Russell goes on to say that he, you know, feels like he was that God created him for greatness. No. I'm sorry. If you think that God created you for greatness, you shouldn't be out on the island trying to win $1 million out camping with a bunch of people you don't even know. You should be, you know, Oprah was created for greatness. Let's just use her. You know, you should be over in Africa building a school for underprivileged children, something like that. If you think God really created you for excellence. Anyway, he didn't. Anyway, so we got to give Denise props. Like I said, she is a powerhouse. Anyway, so they lose. They're going to go to tribal council. But before all that, before they go to tribal council, Russell and Denise are sitting there, and Russell starts bleeding his little soul to Denise. You know, Denise is looking all interested in shit, because she's a sex therapist. Sex therapist, not a regular therapist. She's a sex therapist. So I'm sure she was sitting there going, what is this motherfucker talking about? I don't give a damn shit what happened to him when he was 8 years old. He goes on to tell about when he was 8 years old, he was bullied, and then he ended up later on, you know, got beat up, and then later on he ended up punching him in the face, and so he has no fear now, and she's looking all concerned and interested, and I'm sure she was going, shut the fuck up, please just shut the fuck up. You know, if you want to talk to me about sex, I'm glad to listen, but I don't give a shit about your childhood. But anyway, she acted like she gave a shit, and then she ended up, which was good, because then she ended up making him think that they were going to blindside Malcolm, which we know did not happen. They ended up blindsiding Russell, and so Russell got out. Anyway, so now Russell's out. But I don't know where this happened in the show, but I've got a note here. One of the grossest things to me was, y'all remember when Denise goes over there and she starts digging. First I thought it was a bug or some shit, but it was dirt. She starts digging mud out of Malcolm's ear. Y'all, I ain't digging no fucking mud out of nobody's ear. He can't get his own mud out of it. They got a big ass ocean out there. Go go dip in the fucking water, rinse your own damn ear out. I ain't picking shit out of your ear. I ain't picking shit out of your ear. I ain't picking shit out of your nose. I ain't picking shit out of your ass. I ain't gonna say other places I ain't picking out, because it all depends on what you look like, but, you know, you're pretty and stuff. But anyway, Russell's out, and so now he is free to go home and pursue his excellence. He can go home now and build a shelter for the homeless or some shit like that, since he does, you know, now he does have a lot of good experience building shelters and shit with sticks and stuff. So maybe that's what he'll do for his excellence and his greatness. Anyway, so here we are. Gonna give a drink to you, Russell. Sorry you got the fuck out. Oh, favorite part of my blog right there. That shot of Fireball. And let's see if my torch is gonna light. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. All right, Russell. Take your ass home. You've had 2 tries. If you can't get it into you, you gotta go the fuck home. All right, guys. See you next week.